welcome back to Yoga for Health and Joy. And if you're new to me, I would like to give you a special welcome. My name is Patricia Becker, and I am a yoga instructor here and also a nutritional diet coach based on the macrobiotic dietary guidelines. And today's class is going to be yoga for a restful sleep. This was a request for one of our YouTube followers. So here you go. And I'd like to invite other people that have any requests or comments. I love hearing from you. If you're on the television stations watching anywhere across the country, you can get to me through my website. Or if you're on YouTube, you can get through me in the comment section. I will reply. So yoga for a restful sleep. I'm going to give you every tip that I know. I hope I don't miss one single one. But if I do, you can also write that in the comment section. So we are going to begin in child's pose. So, before we do that, I want to thank Prana, a wonderful, wonderful, sustainable yoga clothing and yoga accessory company, for these wonderful clothes and yoga accessories they've provided. Okay, so yoga for a restful sleep. So I would like you to come into Pranam, child's pose. And we're going to move these accessories to the side. And the way you take child's pose is you take your knees wide apart, you take your big toes together, and you stretch yourself long. You stretch way long. Now, if this doesn't work for you because your knees are tight, that's fine. We always have modifications. You just stretch out like this. The key here is that you're stretching and you're in a forward fold and you're doing some slow, deep breathing. Rooting your hips back and lengthening through your spine, slow, deep breaths. And you're welcome to rest your forehead down on your mat or a block or a blanket. It calms your mind when your forehead is rested down on something. And then we're going to come up nice and easy. And these are some of my routines that I do in the evening. So I love taking a twist at the end of the day to decompress my spine. So this twist, you take your left knee right out in front of you and you put your right foot on the outside of your knee, or if that's not convenient or comfortable, you can put your foot here. So I like to make this accessible for everyone. And then take your sit bones apart, free up your hips as much as possible, and then give yourself a hug and grow tall. And then for this variation of the twisted pose, we're going to turn. You can wrap up your leg or you can hook your arm. And then round your back, take your navel to spine, and we're going to come down nice and low on this variation. Low, low, low as you can go. Low. And when you've squeezed out your organs and twisted as much as you can down low, then you can slowly unfurl your spine. Draw your right shoulder back and your left shoulder back, and you just feel your whole spine decompressing. Your sit bones are rooted down, and you take your right shoulder back, left shoulder back. Inhale through center, and then we'll come to the other side. Take your right knee straight in front and left foot on the outside. You really want to feel that foot rooted down. Get your sit bones out. Get both sit bones down. If you want to sit on a blanket, you can do so, or a block if the need be. And then give yourself a hug. Draw your navel back and shoulders back. Open it all up. And then you can wrap up yourself or hook your arm, whichever way. Round your back, take your navel to your spine, go nice and low. Twist and turn, low, 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 and then slowly unfurl like a spiral staircase. look over your left shoulder. Draw your right shoulder back, and you use your arm on your leg to help you twist more, and then that rooting can help you lengthen too. And then slow, deep breaths. Inhale through center. And then the other key to settling down and getting a good night's sleep, what I do, you might try this, is I take a shower at the end of the day. Take a shower to wash off the whole day. And then you want to have on comfortable clothing. Comfortable clothing. Okay. And then lie down on your back. Give yourself another hug. And then we're going to do nice big round circles on your lower back, on your sacrum area. Even getting to your outer hip. Just making big circles. You don't even need a yoga mat for this class, Yoga for a Restful Sleep. I don't do most of these poses, I just do them on the carpet there. Then make your circles the other way. And if you'd like, you can roll front to back. And we're going to do a pose called Happy Baby. So bend both knees, take your arms on the inside of your leg and take your hands to the outsides of your feet. And then you can take one knee down closer to the earth, and then the other. And then you can roll around. This is actually what happy babies do. So we're happy adults now. Especially after you do these yoga poses and you get a good night's sleep and you wake up feeling calm, refreshed, and ready for your day. It's so important to get a restful night's sleep, as I'm sure you know. So you want to use all the self-care tools you can. And then we'll come on up out of that. And then turn to your side. And keep your legs heavy as you lift yourself up to seated. And then we are going to do poses called Janu Shirshasana. And so if you have a blanket, you might need it. So I'll show you what you'll do, is you'll sit on the edge of your blanket. I used the edge of the blanket for a long time because I absolutely need it. Now I don't absolutely need it, but it's nice anyway. Because you want to get your sit bones apart so you can get your lower back in and up. And then you're going to take both legs straight out in front, and your thighs rooting is really important to grounding your energy at the end of the day. So you feel your thighs rooted, and I'm spreading my toes just to engage all the muscles. And then I'm going to let my left leg just fall out. A natural, easy hip opener. And then take your foot back in your groin area. I'm going to take the sit bones apart again because they keep going like that. And then I'm going to twist over the straight leg because otherwise my torso is facing this way, so I have to twist to get out over that right leg. And then I'm going to slide my hands down the leg and stop wherever you have to stop. It's your calf, your ankle, or maybe you can reach to your foot. And then here you want to take nice, slow, deep breaths. Slow, deep breathing. And then walk yourself back up your leg. Take your left leg out. And feel it anchored down into the earth. And by being up on your blanket, you give yourself a little bit of an interior tilt here, so your lower back is lifted. Because you don't want your lower back to round, you want it to lift. Left leg rooted, let your right leg fall right out, and take your foot back. Yoga to the rescue. Yoga for a restful night's sleep. Turn out over your left leg, twisting, and then slide your hands down your leg. Touch your leg, and then lengthen and take some slow, deep breaths. You can also use a strap if you'd like wrap up your metatarsal area of your foot, and then hold on to that as you're squeezing your quadricep muscles. Squeezing your kneecap and lengthening. Your back has been compressing all day from gravity, and it can get tight and feel stuck and impair your sleeping because you're not relaxed. It's sort of still contracting. So we're lengthening out, rooting our thigh down. And then keep your leg rooted down as you come on up to seated. And then we're going to take both legs out. You can stay on your blanket or scooch it away. And then sit bones apart. You get your glute muscles apart. And any upholstery that comes along with it. And then again, you can use the strap. These are quite nice. Press your thighs down and stretch as long as you can for your body. Everybody's body is different. And it always is changing, right? It's either changing a little bit, getting a little bit healthier, or maybe not. We want to do everything we can to keep it as healthy so we have a long and healthy life. Happy, joyful. Yoga is so helpful when it comes to that. Okay. Now we're going to do another pose called Supta Virasana, and I happen to love this pose. I do it almost every day at night. These are all nighttime poses. Well, you can do them anytime you want, but I especially do them at night. So we have options for this pose. Here's the pose without the yoga props. You sit like this, and you pull, you get your skin muscles and you pull up on them. If you can get your sit bones down in between your feet, and your feet are headed straight back, press your feet down to protect your knees. Press your toes down, spread. This is called Virasana, this pose. Supta means lying down. Virasana means hero pose. And then we're going to come back. You can come back to your forearms, or you can lay all the way down. Now, maybe you can do this if you have the right body makeup. Maybe you were born with open quadricep muscles. And then you can stretch yourself long. You can get a hold of one wrist and stretch a little bit more through the oblique muscles on this side, then get a hold of your other wrist, stretch a little bit more through the obliques on this muscles. Then when you come up, you press down and you come straight up through center. Now you may be thinking, is that Patricia Becker kidding me? Does she think I can do that pose? Well, I have options. So here are the options. You get a block and you sit on a block, just like that. You still press your feet down. Ha! If that doesn't work, you can sit on 2 blocks. I like to make yoga accessible for everyone. See? So you can sit on that. And I think just about everybody should be able to do that. If not, give me a comment. I'll fix you up. So here we go like this. So for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to sit on one and then put one back here. So this is a very calming, to release energy from your thighs. We hold on to a lot of emotions in our thighs. So this is a nice thigh stretch. And then to lean back, you get the blanket behind you, and you can lean back like this. Maybe you just come to your forearms. That's fine. You want to tuck your chin in and feel the stretch on your hamstrings, on your quadricep muscles. Press the feet down to protect your knees. And you can stack up as many blocks or blankets as you want, like this. Stack up blankets or blocks. And then little by little, the more you do this, the more this will open up. But make it feel good. The whole thing is, all this is meant to feel good. Otherwise, who would want to do it, right? I wouldn't want to do it. So once you get into that pose, it's a really wonderful pose called Supta Virasana. Put the block over here. Stretch long. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And a accordingly, I've heard that this is the third most beneficial pose in all the yoga poses. It stretches out all your organs too. Okay, so we're going to root down through our legs, come straight up through center. Okay. Now I'm going to share with you a very powerful breath work that you can do. And I'll write it in the YouTube notes, and I'll also put it on my website. So I actually learned this from Andrew Wow. I saw him live and in person. And he taught this, and I have been doing it ever since and sharing it and teaching it to others ever since as well. So this is to help you fall asleep. If you're lying in bed at night and you're having troubles falling asleep, you want to practice this. You want to take a nice big inhale to the count of 4 through your nose. And then you hold it to the count of 7. And then you slowly exhale through your mouth to the count of 8. So let me go ahead and demonstrate for you just once. So I'm going to take a big inhale through my nose to the count of 4. Hold to the count of 7. And then slowly exhale to the count of 8 through the mouth. Let's do it again. Inhale 4. Hold for 7. And then exhale through your mouth, 8 to the count of 8. So you do have some flexibility how fast or slow you count. But I tell you that works. It works for me. I've shared it with many people and it works. It calms your whole system, calms your mind from spinning around, and just, it's very helpful. So you want to do that one. So the other one I want to share with you is you can put your feet, legs up the wall, legs up the chair, or legs up on your bed. Or shoulder stand. I did a whole class, TV show, YouTube show on this shoulder stand, headstand. So I'm just going to review it quickly. Shoulder stand. So you want to root your shoulders down. Even though it's an inversion, it's more of a calming inversion. And then you lift yourself up like this. And then you give a little lift like that. You can place your hands right on your sacrum area and lift your legs up. This is the modified variation like this. Or remember, the other modified variation is with your legs up the wall. And then you can slide your hands up once you practice this a while. Slide your hands up your back and get your whole torso as much as you can straight up and down. And you want to have the back of your head pressing down, a natural curve in your neck. And so this is a shoulder stand, not a neck stand. So my shoulders are rooting down and everything else is energetic lifting up to the sky. So this is another pose I do almost every night. I just love it. I've been doing yoga. I got introduced to yoga when I was about 28. And I learned this pose and headstand, shoulder stand, headstand, and I've been doing them ever since. I haven't been doing a lot of the other yoga poses, but I've been doing those. There was about 10 years when there was a lapse, maybe 20 years, so I started doing them all again. So this just inverts the energy, gets the blood flowing the other way, and has so many health benefits. So many health benefits. And then Halasana is where you begin to take your legs over your head. you know, maybe you have to stop here. Maybe that feels just right. You're rooted down, your arms are rooted down holding you. So maybe this is where you go. And energetically, your thighs are still lifting up. Your inner thighs are lifting up even though you're taking them down. And then, or maybe you can come and touch all the way down. And then take your hands behind your back. I'm shrugging my shoulders away from my ears to make sure my neck has a lot of length. The back of my head's pressing down. My inner thighs are lifting up to the sky. Oh man, and this is such a big, deep decompression of the spine. It feels so good, so invigorating. So you can stay here, or if you keep practicing this for a while, like I've been doing, then you can start taking your knees to your ears, like this. And you even get more of a stretch in your back. And then awareness, breath awareness, if this is right for you. How much of it's right for you? And then hug your shins. Hug your shins. You can lift up like this. You can roll around side to side. You can do happy baby again. And then rest your feet down. And then take your left leg out. Pick up your right leg. Pick up your right hip. Roll your right hip over your left hip. And then take your left hand to your right knee and stretch and look out the opposite direction. Stretch the opposite direction. And come on up. That's a nice chiropractic adjustment there for you. No extra charge. And then pick up your left knee, left hip, and twist it out. Actually, my knee landed on a block, which is a modification. If you want, you can rest your knee on the block. And then your hand on your thigh helps you press down and get a little more juice out of it. So you're stretching out the whole left side of your body. You're getting a spinal twist. You're toning your internal organs. And you're stretching out your shoulder. So you get a nice, good, deep sleep tonight. Come back and practice this often. So, I wanted to share with you some other tips that I've learned over the years. Here's Shavasana with your legs falling open, which is really relaxing, right? Then the other thing to really relax is snuggle your shoulder blades up behind your heart so that this can all open, so you can really deeply relax. You know, sometimes it's hard to relax when you're still like this from the day. You know, you're on your computer, you're driving, you're looking at your smartphone, whatever you're doing, you're cooking. Everything's like this. So bring it like this. Open it up. And then the other thing is you want to make sure you're not sleeping like this. No. You want to get your chin tucked in. So I always put the pillow up a little bit, tuck your chin in. So this is calm. So shoulder blades up behind your heart, arms open like this. And then I'm going to show you another tip. Eye pillows. Have you heard of eye pillows? Maybe some of you have, maybe some of you haven't. Well, they're a nice thing. A lot of them are lavender scented, and lavender is very calming to our system. And then the other thing is weight on your thighs. Like I was saying, we hold on so much energy, tension, stress, emotions get held up in our thighs and in our hips. So I take those sit bones apart again, and you can put some weights. Actually, you can get bean bags or any kind of weight to put on your thighs for your Shavasana open legs. And then and then like this, our arms are open. And then you can place your eye pillow over your eyes or over your forehead, because when it's over your forehead, your whole nervous system calms down. When you're resting anything on your forehead, it sort of calms the energy. I don't put eye pillows over my eyes anymore. I just put things over my forehead just to calm it down. So there's that. And then another tip is to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And then maybe you can do your breath work there. Maybe just listen to your breath. Feel yourself pulsing with the ocean waves, contracting, expanding, inhaling, exhaling. Everything on our planet's contracting and expanding. Remember to keep your chin tucked in. Feel your body heavy on your mattress. Heavy. And I'll just let you fall asleep now. And from my heart to yours, namaste.